First course, white for pudding.
Alright,
We good?
metronome.
Set the pace.
DJ.
Run,
DJ.
run that shit back.
Come on. Come on.
Shall I see if I can do this a little bit
Come on.
more cheerful this time then?
DJ.
Yeah?
What?
Okay.
Cheer. Oh yeah, go on.
Hello. How was that?
It's alright.
That's good.
Excellent. Hello, welcome to the Great British Shitcom, the show in which we watch some potentially forgotten sitcom classics to see if they stood the test of time. I'm Mark, and this is Chris Woods,
Hello.
and this is Chris Jones.
It's Britney, bitch.
Okay, didn't expect that. All right. This is the first recording of a new year. How was your Christmases and New Years, guys?
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. Not much snow.
Mince pies.
Mince pies, of course.
Turkey.
Of course. Don't like to think about mince pies now that we're full into hot cross bun season.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
But,
It's funny you say that. I bought my first pack yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Okay, toasted one this morning.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Bit of butter.
Yeah, sure. No cream this time, but we'll
Creams.
wait until we get closer to the
When you get closer to a celebration.
resurrection of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, and I'll
Yep.
pop some double cream on there.
Double
No
cream.
That's what we all
Clotted
want.
cream either, maybe.
Oh,
Dunno.
yeah, different creams, different needs. I'm a bit
Yeah.
upset because
Why are you upset, Chris?
my phone is playing up a bit. The screen wasn't working, so my brother-in-law offered to replace the screen,
Oh no.
and it just types by itself now and doesn't type sometimes. And my wife texted me when I was at work and said hi, and I tried to reply hi. And
Yeah.
it just typed by itself HIV and then sent it to her. So,
Honey, I've got some news.
yeah. No, yeah, if you're going to break the news, just send HIV
That's
to the
it,
person.
yeah.
And I think they'll just infer what the result of the test was. So that's how I'm doing, Mark. How are you doing? You alright?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Yeah, all in all, pretty damn good. Just want to bring you guys.
I think it's an idiot swear, but
Oh,
it's a shame.
Sorry.
Yes.
Just want to bring you back to Christmas very briefly. Did you guys have a good Christmas? Did you get all you wanted for it?
Yeah.
I know the answer because the answer is no. I may
Why?
have got you a Christmas present each.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. I'm going to step away from
Try
the
and get
mic
rid of
for a
that
second.
fucking merchandise that you...
Outrageous.
Definitely not.
It's a tote bag and a badge.
What is it?
What is it? Oh, well, not only have we got a Great British Shitcom
Mark's
bag
sort of
that
dancing around
no
doing a
one's
bit of a
gonna
jig
want.
while he's
no
getting
one can see
unloading
this. No one can see how
Good.
happy I am.
He's got a cardboard box out of the
Yeah,
tote bag.
Not just one box.
The
There's two boxes.
Great British Shitcom
Oh,
branded tote bag available now. And
Isn't the wrapping nice, guys?
It is nice.
It is
It's
nice.
like eco, because this year for my wrapping paper and my gift bags and everything, I went recycled
yes, I did.
brown wrapping paper.
Yeah,
It was good.
Oh.
Then I managed to get some nice ribbon that was getting the oil count up perfectly. Got to get rid of those dinosaurs somehow.
Did you go for recycled paper, Mark?
No, I got rid of all my loved ones. I decided to not get any gifts at all. That was my way of saving the planet. Just lose touch with the ones you love dearly.
Okay, wish I hadn't asked that now. Let's just open
Yeah.
these boxes, Chris. What have we got from
What have you got?
Father Shitmas?
Cardboard's the perfect medium, because you can tell it's being opened, can't you? Because it's all nice and scratchy.
Bubble wrap as well inside.
Chris has
Oh,
got his
some
out
bubble
first. It's
wrap.
bubble wrapped.
You can tell I'm good at doing things with one hand.
Well, it's a little bit blue, but it's just. He's got it out. It's some kind of mug.
Oh, it is. I do like these. Mugs.
Well, he's so happy. He looks so happy
Look at
right
his lovely
now.
little face.
I do like a mug.
It is.
You wouldn't believe it, but I do.
A Great British Shitcom branded mug,
Oh, that's
which is
outrageous.
available now on our website or whatever it is.
Jones, in the editing, can you furiously add a smashing noise in the background as you open it? Would that be okay?
Yeah, like a retching sound. Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. We haven't got you anything.
Yeah, no,
that's fine.
Thank you.
I've got a load of badges as well. Would anyone like a badge?
Hashtag badge. Yeah,
Hashtag
go on then.
badge.
Yeah, go on then.
Let's get one of these going.
Wear it to work, school. No swearing.
There we go. Right, so it's a badge for you.
Thanks, Mark. These are also available now on.
A badge for you as
Oh,
well.
thank
What's
you
the
very much,
website?
Mark.
I don't know. It's
hell. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You just link it
Oh,
back to
yeah.
the website.
well, the thing is, right? The badges, you can't buy the badges. That's the thing. If you want a badge,
Oh right, yeah.
you got to send us a tweet with some of your favourite sitcom classics,
I should
or
not
leave us a
stop
lovely review. Yeah, you do. You pop
in
some
this.
stuff in the background.
That's fine.
the whole of it.
I'll edit it out. It's fine. Each pop.
No, you won't. Make it louder. Drown me out.
While we're talking
Non-stop.
about
Sorry.
sound issues, I'd like to formally apologise to the listenership for the audio quality of the Christmas episode. That's my fault. I apologise, and I'm sorry about those bells, which are a lot closer to the
Oh, they
microphone.
were so loud.
The internal input that I intended to, so that I
Yeah.
didn't ruin everyone's Christmas.
My my sister listens to this, and she was saying to me, she listened to this one. She said, "It's just so many bells, and they're so loud."
and those were just the hosts.
So yeah,
Thanks, Mark.
So
Thanks for the-
you're
thanks for
welcome.
those gifts.
Welcome for Christmas presents. As I said, badges. Just leave us a review on iTunes or message on Twitter to say
Yeah.
what you'd like us to watch.
Yeah, I feel
Make
like we
sure,
should. Sorry, I feel like we do. We should. I mean, I feel like other, proper podcasts at the end say leave us a review, and they make a point of saying leave us a review, but we've never done that, and that's why we have no
No.
reviews.
Yeah.
We have one, don't we?
We have one, and I asked some friends from the comedy set that I did if one of them wouldn't mind doing it because he likes giving sarcastic reviews, and by God, he did a sarcastic review, which was nice. Thanks, Dan, if you're listening.
Thanks, Dan.
It's probably not.
That was sarcastic.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. Yeah, just on that briefly, I'm going to pitch myself, if that's okay, because it's for cancer research. I did a charity stand-up thing back in November, and that is available on YouTube. The link for the charity things there as well. So if you go on YouTube, search for Ultra Comedy Mark Winter, you can see me do 5 minutes of stand-up if you want. And if you're scanning for long, at the intro, looking at the screen there, and I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, glad I got coffee.
In his new Shitcom mug.
There's a link to my cancer research funding page. So if you like the comedy that's on there, give it a watch and donate to cancer research.
Me and Chris were there, and
Anyway.
I think we both agree that it was quite funny.
It was good.
Thanks, guys. Isn't that nice? Appreciate that. Anyway, Shitcom time. Should we go straight into that?
Yeah.
Why
Are we
the
doing
hell
this
not?
then? If we've chosen one, are we doing that stupid wheel again?
Well, the Stupid Will might make an appearance in Series 3. We'll see how it goes, because there's a little bit of a format change in Series 3, but I'll reveal that later on. We are watching at the start, the first episode, we are watching Are You Being Served? And the reason we're watching that is because we got our first ever request. Ooh, isn't that nice? John Jones from Facebook, thanks very much.
You're right, Mark.
I thought I'd bring a bit of pizzazz to Series 3.
It's not bad. It's more like just on the verging of mental collapse.
Oh, well.
He's got an autopilot. He's soldiering on. If he stops, it's like a shark. If he stops, he'll drown.
Yeah. It's the air of somebody who's just lost their job and has gone home and you're just trying to keep it together for the family. How you doing? I'm fine, guys. Come on. Let's go bowling.
Buying meters of rope on eBay. Because I'm getting hang myself. Anyway.
You don't really more than a metre to hang yourself, surely. I've heard.
It's a tall tree. So, Are You Being Served? Serious premise. Very simply, it's the misadventures of the staff of a retail floor of a major department store. That's what it
Poet, you
says.
don't know.
What's that?
It rhymed, that's it.
Did it? Oh,
What you just said rhymed.
floor. Oh yeah, it did. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's written by.
The new format is everything's going to be in prose. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing. Sorry.
It's alright. It's written by a guy named Jeremy Lloyd, who wrote Hello Hello, Come Back Mrs Noah, and Crackerjack. Also a guy named David Croft. He wrote Heidi High, It Ain't Half Hot Mum, and Dad's Army. Ran for 10 series between 1977 and 1985. Got an average rating of 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's not bad.
It's high.
It's a pretty damn high rating. It's above 7, which is the average rating, it seems. This a big cast. I've stupidly written a few things every single person's in. There's far too much here, but I'll read it as quickly as possible. Molly Sudden as Mrs Slocombe.
Sugden.
Really? Oh, it's a autocorrect that's gone wrong then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mrs.
That's just that's a quick sister.
Molly, come back. The Liverbirds Come Back Mrs Noah. She was in. John Inman as Mr Humphreys.
Inman. Okay, we've got
Inman. All right, 2 out of 2 I've got wrong.
icons of comedy here.
Yep. Frank. Oh, fucking hell. Frank Thornton.
Frank
as
fucking ass.
Yeah.
It's his middle name.
Short-lived comedy after they couldn't show his name in the credits.
You got to change it. You got to change it.
How about Frank Shit?
He was also in Last of the Summer Wine and The World of
brilliant.
Beachcomber. I don't know why I've written that. I don't know what that is. Winnie Richard as Miss Brahms.
Oh, out of EastEnders, isn't it?
That's the one.
Yeah, when she was
Pauline
young.
Pauline Fowler. Yeah. And also in Benidorm. Did you guys know she was in Benidorm?
Don't know, I've never seen Benidorm.
I mean, it's on Netflix now, Benidorm.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
Get
She
straight
died.
on that.
She died. She died in real life.
I think she has died in real life, yeah.
R.I.P. Queen.
Rest in peace. And Nicholas Smith as Mr. Rumbold. He was in Freewheelers and Danger Island.
Don't know either of those.
Me neither. Today we're watching Series 3, Episode 8, entitled New Look, not to be confused with the department store. The
It's not a
episode...
department store. It's just a retail shop. It's not a department store. Sorry.
That's
Yeah, it's a
fine.
part of a department store. No, I don't know.
Or that-
Well, you wouldn't say the Top Shop was a
No,
department
departments,
store, would
yeah.
you?
I wouldn't say I was a good quality host, but here I am.
Well, that's something we can all agree on.
Yeah.
Of course, department store, that's like Debenhams, House of Fraser.
Frasier. Lewis.
Yeah,
John.
John Lewis, yeah.
Selfridges.
Selfridges.
Harrods.
Roy's.
Sorry?
Roy's.
Roy's of Wroxham.
Bodgers
shout
of
out there.
Ilford. R.I.P.
I got some
Harvey
fun,
Nichols. Go on.
I got some fun facts for you guys.
Are they going to be fun? Or?
They're going to be facts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
as much as you can promise.
At least 50% of this will
Yeah.
be truthful. Fun fact: Are You Being Served in Australia? 1977. That came to TV in 1977. That was a short-lived.
Of course, in the Australian version, I didn't need the question mark at the end because all of the sentences sound like questions anyway. Hey?
They are.
Are you being served? It's a comedy show on TV.
Yep.
John Inman.
Slowly but surely getting rid of every different audience that we have out there.
I think it's a fuck.
Okay. Brilliant. Are You Being Served Again? Came back in 1992 for a series. And they
What are these,
tried...
like spin-offs?
I think that one they basically tried to bring back in 1992.
What, just in Australia? What?
So yeah, in Australia was
Sorry.
yeah. I think if I remember rightly, in Australia they opened up a branch in Australia, and
Oh, right. It
All
wasn't
the-
just broadcast in Australia. It was
No.
like, they did it.
yeah, they
it's
opened
like-
up a new branch in Australia.
So
and
Right,
just-
but it wasn't just broadcast in Australia.
It
I don't know
probably
why
was
I'm
as
talking about
well.
this. What I'm talking about.
So
Sorry.
in that, they did sell the hats with the little corks hanging down and that.
exclusively that, yeah,
Yeah. And books about
Didgeridoos and boomerangs.
and racism manuals.
yeah, and knives. Cause like crocodile Dundee. Is what I know.
Did have a big knife.
Yeah, customers constantly disputing that that's what it was.
Yes.
It's not a knife.
So they opened up a new store in Australia, and inexplicably all of the staff, I think, were flown out to Australia to do the same store.
Yep.
Are You Being Served Again in 1992 when they brought back all the cast, I believe. And you notice how I'm bringing words in like I believe and I think, because I don't remember if these are facts or not.
There's a rumour going around that.
Yeah.
That lawyer was worth his weight in gold. Just after every sentence, just say, I think. Or, according to current...
All of Mark's fun facts are not legally binding.
the views expressed in this podcast are not reviews of...
Anyway, carry on. I'll bleep out anything that's libelous.
Just one long bleep for the rest of it.
just redacted. We're going to publish the scripts one day. Just black line.
In 2016, they brought it back. Are You Being Served? Where they got an all new cast playing older members of it. So they brought in new people as well. They brought in a black person to make it more ethnically diverse. I remember. I think this was like a comic relief special, and
Alright.
nothing came of that because it got
So that's probably shit then.
yeah, I think it got bad reviews. But you know, charity, comic relief, and that.
What?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's all the intro stuff I have. Do you guys want to talk about? Oh, what do you remember of Are You Being Served? First of all,
I've never really watched an episode of it. I think I've seen like bits of it here and there. Like again, you see like sometimes they do shows like top 50 sitcoms or top 50 comedy shows all the time, and it's
Yeah.
like you see like the clips of it and someone talking about it, and I don't know. It's never been really something I've wanted to watch.
Good. Well,
You know what I mean?
perfect. Set.
No, I know of it, and I know it's regarded as quite a good sitcom.
yeah.
But I've just never. It's just too many, isn't there? Life's too short.
Welcome to
Jot-
season 3. What a start! What a start to
Just
the new season.
Go outside.
See the world.
Put
see
this
the
podcast
world.
down.
Just
Put this podcast down and walk into the sea.
Off that
yeah,
cliff.
go for a swim.
I went. It always, from my memory, it always used to be on Saturday afternoon, being repeated. Always, late afternoon.
Yeah.
And I'm free. He used to say that all the time, didn't he?
Yeah, that
Something
was
about a pussy.
yeah.
Talking about a cat, but everyone else thought she was talking about a vulva. Well, it's that she probably wasn't. Sometimes she would have been, but
probably.
I think the idea is it's the joke, isn't it?
oh, I see. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Right. No, that is funny. Right, yeah. Don't like the theme song.
Yeah, it's like a cash till opening, and then
It's very much in the sort of vein of Money by Pink Floyd. That kind of looped cash machine sound. And then some sort of 70s sort of brass, smooth jazz style music with a lady, sort of like probably the earliest raps, where she sort of listed the departments in the shop. So
yes, well, I look forward to reliving that.
Yeah,
can't wait.
That's what my memories. You got any memories of Are You Being Served, Mark?
No specific ones. Again, I remember briefly the theme tune. I think the premise of the first episode was they were trying to save money or something by the men's department and women's department being relocated to the same floor, which I think is how this whole thing started, which is why it's men and women working together on the same floor selling men's clothes and women's clothes. I think that's the only thing I roughly remember about this.
It's funny in the fun facts you didn't mention the sort of sea life based spin-off of it, Are You Being Served Fish? You didn't mention that. That's weird.
No, I should have included that one, really.
It's weird.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah. Sort of call back to
one of my favourite
season 1 or something.
moments of life, I think it was there. Shitcom. Should we go straight into this?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it, boys.
All right. Well, as I said, we are watching Series 3, apt considering we're Series 3. Series 3, Episode 8 for Are You Being Served, entitled New Look.
Ground floor perfumery, stationery and leather goods, wigs and haberdashery, kitchenware and food.
So we just watched Series 3, Episode 8 of Are You Being Served, entitled
New Look.
New Look.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Would one of you guys like to go through what the plot might have been for what we just watched?
I don't know what the new look was. Was it just like there was a fountain?
Maybe. And there's definitely a fountain in it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think at the end there were suggestions, and they were thinking about having a new look for the department, weren't they? Sort of
Oh,
the
yeah.
1920s theme. Getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to the beginning of the episode, where it was raining outside. Everyone was coming in for work.
Well, they said it was raining, but none of them were wet in any way whatsoever.
Some of them was. First guy that came in was.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he was a bit wet.
Yeah. Mrs Slocombe, as she mentioned, got wet. Her, as you can all guess, her pussy was soaking,
Pussy
and
mention
she
of the week.
had to dry it out in front of the fire, which,
Standard.
yeah.
As you would.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed you've just drawn a train there. What's
yeah, I don't know. Just wrong.
That looks like Stevenson's rocket, that train.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Oh, of course it is. Oh, that's really
Yeah,
pleasing to know.
good. Yeah. Oh,
What-
sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean,
Let's do the one.
what's the Stevenson rocket? I know nothing of trains, obviously.
No, I don't know what it is. I'm
Okay,
just,
alright.
It's one of the first trains, isn't it?
is it a train? It's got a big wheel on the back,
Oh, right.
little chute on the front for pushing snow out the way. I guess. I don't know.
The chimney had
Don't really know how trains work.
chimney with little jagged bits at the top, isn't it?
What?
The
Chimney.
the funnel chimney.
The
Was it
funnel of a chimney.
Yeah.
The Santa comes down. Sorry.
Burned to death in the boiler.
Yeah, train steam pushes
Fair.
the pistons and. So it's because I drew little lines that look like a track. And it
Oh, got you. Okay.
just flows from there, doesn't it?
I
It's,
just
it's
wonder
my
what
art. Just how it works.
That's the process.
It's just
The
a
artistic
process. And you don't question the process.
It's the behind the
just-
scenes of the artist.
It just happens, and then try and sell it, and no one wants it. So
Yeah.
it's not appreciating my time.
So they were installing a fountain in the department,
Yeah.
and it made everyone want to do a wee because of the sound of the tinkling water.
It does, though. I mean, yeah, it's grounded
Is
in
that why you
reality.
is that why you kept leaving you?
That's why I had that bottle by my.
Bed pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cardboard tube things.
That's funny. They kept running to the toilet, doing
Yeah.
a wee.
Yeah. I think at least 3 of them went for a wee. That was
Yeah,
good.
and there was a part where you were a bit upset because a man, or a customer was looking at, sort of hypnotised by the fountain, and then somebody uttered the immortal words, "Are you being served?"
Yeah.
He said no. Then he sort of whispered something in Captain
it's very
Peacock's
odd.
ear.
The way he whispered wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't even understand. It was very hard to discern this episode. There's no really clear direction, I didn't think.
No, it was all quite nebulous, wasn't it? But then obviously he's asking Peacock's, he's saying to Peacock he needs to go for a slash, and then Peacock directs him in the direction of the customer toilet, and he runs off stage, not stage, but off the scene, off the door.
Exit stage left. That was, that was in the script.
And then Mr. Humphreys follows him.
Miss Humphries is like, for anyone that doesn't know, the man that plays the gay man in this. He is a gay man in this.
Yeah, I think
sitcom.
he's and he follows him. He tries to follow the customer off stage into the toilet, but then he's sort of called back by Captain Peacock. And it's quite a good bit of physical comedy where he runs up the stairs and then sort of styles it out and runs that down again. But you didn't like the inference that he
I didn't
was
like the
trying
connotations of it. No.
He's trying to go in there and
But as you say, the physical comedy was very funny. Of like walking up, oh, don't do that, and just straight walk back down.
Like
Visually, it was funny, but the connotations of it, I didn't like at all.
No.
No.
Again, there was no real running theme.
So then that happened. That was the first part of it, wasn't it?
Yep.
The fountain bit. And then the second half of it was they were having a departmental meeting about the suggestions box, and they're going through the suggestions.
Yeah.
It was like a round. Not a
Yeah,
round
so
table. Go on.
What did it have? It had the fountain and everyone needing a piss, which was let's say the first act.
The first
act was the piss fountain. Then we had, was it the meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah. Second act.
Meeting of
Second
minds.
act with looking in the suggestion box and all the funny suggestions that are in there.
Can you remember any of the suggestions that are in the suggestion box? It's quite a fun little game.
Stick the box up your ass.
Yeah, not in so many
I
ways.
assume that was it. He said
you
it was
jumped straight-
anatomically.
Oh, was it anatomically?
No. He said it's something that would have been physically impossible.
Right, I missed the word.
Yeah.
You were straight to
Physically
jump to that guess. That's why.
Yeah, it's just what I always put in the suggestion box. So I'll just
At the school, teachers,
school, yeah.
teachers union.
school, doctors, Salvation Army,
Salvation Army.
busker, just straight away, non-stop.
Oh, brilliant! Thanks for a £5. What's that written on? Oh.
Invalidated fiver. It's worth it, non-stop.
Yeah, and told him to stick it on his ass. As well,
Always
so.
have a collection of fivers with. Why don't you stick this on it?
Top tip. Yeah, that was that. One of the first suggestion out was a pork pie, a bit of a pork pie.
Yeah, it's on
That's
the poster
funny,
of
wasn't
pork
it?
pie there.
I think I can't remember which one of you
Mr.
said.
Granger's, wasn't it? What?
What's that? Sorry.
It was Mr. Granger's bit of pork pie. He was like, "Oh, that's where that went,"
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh, Granger."
I think that was what someone at the production office of Desmond's did as well. Put a bit of pork pie in the suggestion box.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Think about doing a spin-off. What should we? Oh, I've got it.
Why don't
Sorry,
you stick
too
this
much.
comedy up your? What are you going to say
I'm glad
about the
that
pork pie?
I think one of you two said it. I was thinking as well. Like, how did that pork pie even get through the suggestion box
It's
hole?
it's only a slice
Yeah.
of it, and pork pie is quite malleable, I think.
It looked bigger. Like, it didn't look squashed in any way. It looked the pork pie looked bigger than the whole.
But the
I was
opening
mainly
of
thinking
the
that it was very telling it was a 1970s show because obviously that pork pie could have been quite insensitive to certain
Yeah.
cultures.
Is this real meat? No. Got to care about people now.
Wasn't vegan. Hashtag veganuary. What? Sorry.
yeah, but the opening of the suggestion box was quite wide. I think it would have been fine to.
All right.
Could have been a slice.
It wasn't a slice. It wasn't a whole
Was it a
pork pie.
slice?
It wasn't an
No,
entire
it
pork
wasn't
pie.
a whole pork
A
pie.
half
But was it
pork
a
pie.
slice of a pork pie,
It's a
like as
segment.
a pie?
No,
Pork
it was
pie?
like, it looked like
Or
one
was
of
it
the
like
mini
you can get like a
ones.
loaf one, can't you?
Loaf?
No, it was. I reckon
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
I
pork pie cut into a.
Sometimes you get a loaf one with like an egg in the middle, don't you? I love
That's
it.
not a pork pie. That's something else. What's it called?
Pork pie with an egg in
Find
it.
out.
Pork loaf.
No, it's got a special name.
Was it?
The audience will be screaming at home on this podcast.
An egg.
You'll kick yourself when you find out.
I'm sure it's called a pork pie, isn't it?
No, it's got a special name.
Pork pie of egg.
Annoyingly, it's just called a pork pie with egg.
Before the fancy French
I
name,
thought it had a
like,
fancy like
le cochon de le.
gala pork pie with egg. Gala pie it's called.
Gala
Gala
pie.
pie,
Yeah.
oh.
Gala pie.
Yeah.
Popularly sold in bingos. That-
Brilliant,
that,
lovely stuff.
thank you very much.
It's, yeah, that was it.
So yeah, there was
Pork
suggestions,
pie,
suggestion box.
Oh, and then there was the suggestions about, why don't you make it all menswear, or
Yep.
remove the wasn't it sales of women's wear would go up if you removed the men's trousers and pants?
I was like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, and it was the opposite. It was the next joke, and it was like men's wear would go up if women's
took the knickers
women's
down.
took the knickers
If
down.
you
was the
say
joke.
knickers down or something.
Yeah, we had knicker count at 2
It
for
was-
this
No,
episode.
it was three.
Was it 3?
There was one knicker right at the end. Or,
Oh,
during the
I missed
recording of Mr. Grace, he said knickers during the
Oh, I missed
recording.
that.
So
Yeah.
Got Knickers hat trick.
yeah, you taking those knickers home with you? Get it signed by the rest of the squad and take it home.
There was one thing that Mr. Granger put in the box, and I think we probably all thought of this at some point. If you've ever seen Are You Being Served, that there's a guy in it that looks like a Toby jug, and Mr. Granger has drawn a picture of a Toby jug and signed it Mr. Granger. Which,
That was, I mean, that was a joke of the week. That was brilliant.
yeah, I quite enjoyed that
I
as
do
well.
love a Toby Jug reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
That's okay.
Yeah, Adrian Child special.
Someone wrote a little dirty limerick, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, was it supposed to rhyme with arse or something?
Balm, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Check out their bum one by one or something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
right. Meeting. Yeah, it went on a bit long. The meeting, didn't it? Really.
Yeah, I think you remarked that it was like an actual staff meeting
Yeah.
at one point.
It was quite tense.
The guy had a nice little glass of milk. I don't know. What that was. Milk and pills.
Milk and pills he brought in.
Very
Yeah,
strange
it looked like he was just going to go kill someone.
Was he looking
afterwards.
for antacids or something?
And aspirin at the beginning.
Was it aspirin, or did
Yeah.
he want
Oh, okay.
heartburn stuff or something in the milk? I don't know.
I don't know.
Trying to medically explain it. But
I had no idea that he
Yeah,
was.
you were listening. They came in and said, I was looking for the aspirin and I can't find a suggestion box. I mean,
Oh, I missed that bit. Okay.
yeah. No, it was a vital part of the exposition of the film.
I think what. Oh no, this would have led them into them. They decided to do like a old what's the word, tannoy announcement where they can play some music or
Public, the PA system.
PA system,
Tannoy
yeah.
is a brand name.
for fuck's sake on the tannoy.
yeah.
Public address system.
Thanks. They all then like sort of they recorded their voices to be on the system.
Oh, we only ever saw one guy do it, didn't we?
Yeah, he was in there for 2 hours supposedly, and they're all a
Yeah.
little bit like
Peacock.
Because
Peacock.
he got a bit hot under the collar.
He did. He got distracted by who was it? Like his PA or whatever.
It was his brand new secretary, yeah, or
Mm.
secretary, should we say?
You may well say that. I wouldn't like to comment.
Oh no, I mean that was the connotations of that what this woman was supposed to be, the role she was supposed to be playing in this episode.
She was a leggy blonde, as you would say in the 70s. She had a short skirt on and a kind of crop top. And she said that she was followed from the station to the Grace Brothers department store by a pervert. And she mimed what she was doing on the tube, which is reaching up to the
Hold on.
handle
Rails.
holding bar, yeah,
Handrails.
and then mimed the jiggling and.
And the boss was just like, oh yeah, maybe you were followed. Get on work. just getting those 1970s attitudes. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like, not bothered. Just like, yeah, you probably were. Yeah.
And then she bent over to get something out of her bag, and then Mr. Peacock came in while she was bent over,
Yeah.
arsehole facing the door. The guy says, "This is my new secretary," and Peacock looked down into the bullseye and said, "I thought I couldn't place the face."
Which doesn't
Brilliant.
seem like a very sort of him joke to make.
It did, yeah. I was, yeah, like it. The way he acted in this scene, it kind of was out of character for me because he seems like an asexual character, like an old-fashioned
Yeah.
ex-military type, and then we're confronted by a young lady, busty. He was like Chris said, hot under the collar, and it didn't seem. It seemed like it was a different character doing that scene, like the young lad with the.
That's the one I thought would be doing. That's
enormous flares.
Yeah.
If he was doing that, it made more sense. Inman wouldn't have made sense. Most of his character.
I think there's a bit when she bent over and the door started opening. I think I went, I
Yeah,
wonder who this
yeah.
is, and I thought it was going to be the younger character.
Mm.
Where was I going with this? Oh, my mind's just gone blank.
Brilliant.
every time.
Perfect.
Leggy blonde looking at her arsehole. Peacock. Getting confused.
No, it's gone. Oh, forget it.
Perfect.
What
yeah.
a host. What a
No, at
host.
least the audience knows that you were going to say something but you couldn't remember who it was. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Good to say that on the podcast.
Honest,
So,
it was going to say something. It's going to be really good as well.
Yeah,
You'd
so
be like,
just-
you'd be loving it.
just think of something good, and that's what Mark was
Yeah,
going to say.
we'll edit it in afterwards.
Probably something racist or sexist, but yeah, go on.
No,
So that
forget
happened.
it, yeah.
And then everybody, we just showed Peacock recording his, getting confused. It was funny. Wasn't funny.
Oh, I've remembered. Sorry. So yeah, I thought you said he's quite an asexual character, and I think he
Right,
is.
yeah,
but I reckon it'd be one of them men that you don't associate with him as sex at all. But then if he was like an MP or something, you find out he's in some weird sex scandal and he's in some really weird stuff.
Oh, right,
He seems like that sort of person was what I was going to add to this. Probably better if I hadn't said anything, but he seems like he'd be a sort of guy that you see a photo of or he's
Could
trained
just
up
edit
somewhere.
it so it sounds like it flows.
No, it's fine. It's not going to work either, is it?
No?
No, just put it on. The disjointed, I think, really
Yeah.
helps the flow.
I think
of
if
the
we keep
show.
the true state of my mind as fluid as it isn't, then that's fine.
Years later, it's be like used as a case study for like a new condition. Winton syndrome. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, you've got winters. You're going to have non-stop random trailing off thoughts. Or your mind will go blank. Sorry,
It's early onset.
not to make light of that.
Good.
But anyway,
Good, glad you. Brilliant.
Shall I jump into my next note?
Brought the podcast to a screeching
Yeah.
halt there. Go on.
So there was lots of mentions throughout of Mr. Humphreys going to a wedding where he's going to be the best man.
Yep.
And he's then fitted for a suit, like a tux and towels type suit.
Morning suit.
A morning suit, yeah,
Morning
thank
suit,
you.
yeah.
Top
Look pretty
hat
good.
and
It's got quite a nice suit.
all. Yeah, dapper
Yeah, it's
chapper.
nice, yeah. Toned down flares. Still there, but
Oh, we've got to address that now. They're enormous flares. The size of the fucking flares in this
Yeah.
show. Enormous. You could get 2 legs in each of those legs.
Yeah, I don't.
But then that was just fashion, I suppose. You wouldn't have batted an eyelid back then, did you? Like I see pictures of my parents, like my dad went in like the 70s, and he's got like just flared trousers. It's like
Yeah. Do you think they'll ever come back in?
I've owned a pair of flares before.
you can get flares now, like flared jeans.
Evil look he just gave me there. Just want to get that on tape. The eyes that said swats.
Because boot cut was the thing about 15 years ago, wasn't it? But it's not
Yeah.
really come back.
No, it's all like straight leg, isn't it? No, I don't think flares will come back.
Chris has gone on record saying that it's going to come back. It's going to come back to haunt him in the next
Give us a
episode.
quote.
When we're all wearing flares.
Yeah, just play that non-stop. Christ.
Fashion week.
Lost millions. Betting against the market.
Yeah, I lost millions on drain pipes.
Yeah, he come out dressed like tux and towels, morning suit, as you said, and then the episode ended with.
Well, hold on.
Was there much else?
Was that the
Yeah,
next day? Was
well,
that meant to be
'cause-
the next day? I don't know. Or was that the same day?
I think it was the same day.
It must have been the
Peacock went
next
in there,
day.
recorded his little.
Oh yeah.
Have we said they're recording?
I don't know.
Right, so as part of the meeting.
I don't know what I'm about to say. I don't know what I have said.
Wait. So in the meeting, right, they were talking about suggestions. Most of them were discarded because they were shit. One that they seriously addressed was 1920s theming the department store
Mhm.
at Mrs Slocombe's request. Having some palms, some potted plum.
Potted plums.
Remix.
DJ. Plums. Plums. Palms and.
Wood. I think he's got early onset winters, unfortunately.
Jesus Christ.
Even I've said winters. It's winter. That's
He's
annoying.
hit the potted plums stage. That's
The fuck is a potted plum?
It sounds like a testicular problem.
It's just.
I'm afraid it's a cough. He's got potted
Very prevalent among snooker players. Right, so the suggestions box, that was
blue ball corner pockets. Carry on. Sorry.
20s. And another one was, again, Slocombe. Okay, Slocombe, like, she chatted a lot of shit, but it was really 2 really good suggestions that actually management took on board, which was 1920s theme and having a voiceover announcement announcing I don't know what the sales were and stuff for sale.
Well, it was just announcing the departments that were in the
It
shop.
was just essentially a list of what they sold. Yeah, fine.
Non-stop.
Our customer was like, I know, that's why I'm looking.
Yeah. Oh.
So then everybody was going to record. Everyone in the department was going to record a voiceover, and they were going to choose the best one.
Mm.
Initially, everyone was reluctant to do it, but then they said there would be a small fee involved in it, and everyone was wanting to get involved. Everyone came in the next day doing vocal warm-up exercises. Inman had a mouthful of marbles. He'd lost one on the bus. He swallowed one, obviously.
Sorry.
It's filthy. And so then, so we didn't show everyone doing their voiceover. We showed Peacock, again, as we just mentioned, doing his, and then it cut to the shop floor and everyone had done it. And at the end, they were going to announce who did it. Mr. Grace came down, old fella. Who was that man who pressed play? Was it like his chauffeur? Why was he dressed like? Was it a
He looked
chauffeur?
like Parker, didn't he? From
yeah, he looked like a
Thunderbirds?
sort of like his butler or something. Like
Yeah,
that. I don't know, like
I don't know who he
the
was at all.
attendant.
Wasn't a
Because he's an old bloke, isn't he?
Wasn't a
So-
speaking part. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a pressing part.
Yeah, so they were like, you all done very well, but there's only one voice I liked, and he pressed play, and it was Mr. Grace. So, and that's when he said
What a
knickers.
letdown.
And then, as we mentioned, old Inman came down in his new suit. Take it away, Mark.
Thanks, mate. So yeah, he came out in his suit, and then it suddenly cut into a really weird dance finale. There's always two lifts in the background, and the two female lift attendants, they were just standing outside, and you can see them sort of like dancing along
they
to
were
the
swaying.
20s music. And then Mr. Humphreys just busted straight into this dance, cane in hand.
It's a good dance, yeah.
Yeah.
Proper. Everyone started getting on it. It's very strange. It's a very
Yeah,
strange
it
way
was
to
odd
end a
end,
show.
yeah.
Yeah, to not for an unplanned dance, it was it looked
Very
choreographed.
choreographed.
Yeah, really good.
Well, I'm sure there was some choreographing involved, like in the actual production. Like if we're talking about the production.
I mean, that was being condescending, but
Yeah, it's
I
very,
was good.
yeah, it's just weird.
It made more sense than when you gave it the context that was the last episode in the series.
yeah, I think I hadn't realised that until I sort of came out of it. That maybe that made sense because it was the last one. Because if you watched that along for what would have been 2 months, like geez,
It would have been an
2
odd ending
months.
if that's like the third episode in the series. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of made.
Was there only 3
Almost.
series?
No, there's 10.
There's
I
loads
think.
there. Went to like mid 80s, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It's only because there was only 3 on the TV.
Yeah, I think Now TV only has like a few
Yeah.
series of any at one
Oh.
time.
Other streaming services are available.
I think one thing, or the kind of 2 things that I found odd was Mr. Grace was
The old fella.
Yeah, he dragged off the young. Sorry, I clicked something there. Right?
That was weird. Yeah, when he did that.
Yeah,
he beckoning finger, grabbed her by arm and just pulled her off somewhere.
yeah.
Vice versa.
And then Mr. Humphreys did the same to Parker, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sort of beckoned him
attendant.
over to.
Where we knew the men's toilets were. From
Yeah,
the
it was at least in that
start of the day.
direction. So that was.
It's very strange. It's just very strange.
So it's
isn't
just
it?
2 implied sexual assaults in the workplace. It was an odd way to end an episode, I think.
Yeah, and series. Yeah.
Uh,
So wonder they came back for 7 more series. And
That's when the
3 reruns, 3
the
remakes.
criminal cases and the workplace tribunals took place in the beginning of season 4.
BBC in the 70s. Funny that.
Topical.
Yeah, good with news sometimes.
This is,
I mean,
to reference a news story from 2 years ago.
When was the Operation U Tree announced?
Uh,
Was it U Tree? Is that what that is?
Oh look, he lost faith in the joke.
That was 'cause you called it-
YouTube.
it wasn't
Was
Please tell me I'm right.
This poor
Allegedly.
little scared little boy face looking at me saying, "Was it you?"
That's because you looked at me as if like.
Papa.
So I was. What am I right?
Look.
Don't leave me hanging, please.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
it was longer
U-Tree.
ago.
Yeah.
Was it more than? Was that 2 years ago?
More than 2
I
years.
don't know,
wasn't
it
it?
was
I
more
thought
2
it
years ago.
ago.
I might say.
That might have been 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know.
There are many victims in the U-Tree case, obviously, but I feel like the one of the biggest is the actual U-Tree itself, because the U-Tree tree has done nothing wrong, but it's forever going to be tainted with that.
Where did the name come from for Operation U Tree? Like, why is it called that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't really involved.
Must be a
in
reason.
the naming
I
of
wasn't
it.
involved in it.
I wasn't
Get that on
involved.
record
This
as
was
well.
yourself, yeah.
Again, that lawyer is paying for itself. So
Again, that laptop was sent off for repair.
Oh Christ!
so why is that? Oh, it explains the that hard drive and the hammer next to it in the garden. Those all smashed to pieces.
No, that's just my magnet collection. Just love them. Great. Do a lot of magnetism.
We should mention actually we've upgraded from, if we think back to where we were like when we started Shitcom, we've hit the big time now.
Why?
Wood's got his own place. We're here recording at Wood Mansions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, aka Shitcom Studios East.
Yeah. And it's bloody good. We've got a massive TV to watch stuff on. I don't know why I need to turn around for the sake of recording.
It's bragging, that.
No, it's
I don't know about for like the contents of my house being
I know, yeah.
Although to be fair, if
Lovely
I did get
blue
broken
walls.
into, we could probably narrow it down to about 8 people that would have committed that crime. It wouldn't be a long search for the police to find.
yeah.
I
I just feel like it's, we've come a long way, lads. Especially you, because you've got your own place. I'm trying to lash onto your life here, essentially.
Yeah, I don't like sauce my life.
But
yeah, it's a bit warmer than the shed in these cold winter months of the UK with the snow and the frost and the ice. And,
but I thought we have brought the shed with us in that all the equipment stinks of like creosote, so that's a nice.
Yeah, well,
you
well,
know.
if we do any in the summer, I'll make sure I get the boiler whacked up to full. I'll lock the doors, have the sun streaming in,
Brilliant.
just so we've got that real
Get the
hot
full Shitcom
house.
experience.
I'm going to buy a little Calgor gas heater as well. Get that going, blaring. Wouldn't want to miss the sweltering summer.
Perfect.
And I'll make sure I've got my jeans and layers on straight away. Bought some extra jumpers just for the occasion.
I think is that it then for this
Well,
episode?
with the see, I didn't know whether this. I've never really seen it. It's set in a department store, so I assumed it'd be more about like interactions with the customers. But I don't know about any other episodes. Like I'd imagine it'd be more like. I didn't realise it'd be more because really we saw like one customer.
Yeah,
And then the rest of it was all like almost like out of hours, and like they weren't actually. I thought it was more about them
Well, I think
having
it
like
probably
crazy
varies.
customers coming. But I suppose they must have other episodes where that is the case.
This episode, the beginning part was it just literally opened, and then the second part was an after-hours staff meeting.
Yeah,
But I'm sure it varies from episode
that's
to
actually correct.
I'm sure
That's the timeline.
it varies from episode to episode.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
the comedy is just derived from the interactions between the staff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I suppose it's a character-driven thing. I guess that'd be why. But yeah, I imagine time they'll bring in something to aid to the situation.
The joke of the week was the table jug, wasn't it? Surely.
Yeah, I was going to get onto that next. Actually,
Actually, there was quite a good joke where actually there was another customer who bought a shirt.
oh yeah,
Oh
yeah. Sorry,
no! Did the customer buy a shirt, or was that just that shirt
I think
machine?
they're advertising that. Yeah.
We missed that shirt machine, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh god, yeah. I
Yeah,
heard-
so Mr. Mash, the maintenance man.
First name Monster.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
department store smash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let one of you guys tell.
Mr. Mash,
I'm not going
good.
to do it.
What am I telling about? What? Oh, the shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
go
they
on.
had like a machine that was meant to be advertising some new shirt, which looked fucking mental.
Cami
it was
shirt.
like almost
Cami
like
shirt.
what is it? Like a little jumpsuit thing.
It's like a jumpsuit shirt.
Like a jumpsuit.
What's a cami shirt?
like a short-
What's the cami? Was it camisole? Was that thing?
They do things that the women, like girls wear that's like a jumpsuit, but it's shorts.
Yeah, I don't remember the
playsuit.
name of it.
Playsuit.
Yeah, is that it?
What's
Anyway,
what's
it was
a
like
wait,
that.
let me see what a
It was a
camisole
shirt
is.
with like some shorts like attached to the shirt, almost like a like a jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's a
camisole.
camisole.
Just so your shirt don't ride up, and then there's a little machine to show you what happens, and the
Yeah.
pants fell down. They had a little bum.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like any sort of. That's lovely. Yeah, that's
No, that was saved to your pictures. That's not it's a searched out.
It's a picture of a lady in a skimpy undergarment with just boobs.
Audio descriptive.
it wasn't just
Did
any
we-
sort of like. What's
But anyway,
this?
the little the joke was that the
There was a little stand.
pants fell down, and you saw the mannequin's bum.
The
and
mannequin's
then
bum was a
mannequin-
flesh-coloured mannequin. Flesh-coloured mannequin. It was like a little peachy bum.
Yeah,
Really
he
shiny as well.
Showed it to the lady, and she was like shocked.
Yeah, there's some good reaction
believe
shots in this. Slocombe was shocked by the bum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Granger did a reaction shot that was really good.
No spit takes, but it was
That's-
some
well-
good shocked faces.
I think not to bring the contents of your house into this again, but I think it was aided by the massive TV with like how big that guy's face was.
Yeah, you can really get those reactions right in your eyes.
That really made it for me.
Was he the voice of George in Rainbow?
He wasn't, but Mr. I forgot. Was it Granger? Yeah, he sounded pretty much like. I think there's an element of Zippy, but more like George. I later realised from Rainbow. Sounded very much like him.
So the joke was there was another customer buying a shirt, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry about the length of the sleeves. I'll ride up with wear."
Yeah,
and then later on there was a callback. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Sleeves either way. And later on,
yeah, but it's more realistic jacket. You won't want. I don't know. Anyway.
Later on, they were trying to talk. Inman came in with his new morning suit on, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sure these sleeves are too long." And then Granger went, "Oh, don't worry, the sleeves will ride up with wear." And he was like, "I work here, so I need to lie to me."
Yeah,
that was quite a funny little joke.
Yeah.
But not a patch on the Toby jug, which was a great one.
It's a great joke. Does everyone get Toby jug?
What?
I've never had one.
Toby jug a British thing?
Yeah, it must be. Who's Toby?
Another great game show. I do wonder if Toby jug is like only a British thing. I don't imagine anyone outside of the UK would know what that is.
Look them up. I
Toby
think they look like a fucking wreck, but apparently people like them, and they're sometimes quite valuable if they're old.
Yeah, if you're listening to Shitcom outside of this country, firstly,
Good
hello. And what you do with your life?
Awful, aren't they? It's like a big mash of a face, isn't it?
Yeah, imagine like the ugliest. I wouldn't say
big
like
nose.
Okay, now, all right. I haven't popped in the Toby jug.
No, they're generally very ugly, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not like
Speak for yourself. Look at his little chunky legs.
Chunky leg.
It's also known as a fill pot.
And it's like the idea is like the top of it comes out the tricorner hat or something, isn't it? So like the peak of the tricorner hat is the spout. I mean, to be fair, if you're going to pour something out of a hat, that's probably the best hat to pour stuff out of. There's a shape.
I love making up shit games. What would be the worst hat to pour something out of?
Chester's hat. Go everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know actually. Bowler hat, maybe.
There's not really a determined.
Like a little wizard's hat would be good, but a wizard's hat would be like a precision one. So if you had like olive oil, like forgetting stuff out. If you're doing like some hat jugs, like a range of hat jugs, I'd do the Toby jug for cream, milk straight away. Wizard's hat for olive oil or like dressing. Yeah. You don't want a lot of it coming out.
Guinness to reiterate that all content on this sitcom is copyrighted, so don't try and hat jugs. You go to like Wilco and have the little stands that have like shit, like sharp knives. It'd be like hat jug.
Hat jugs.
Now
Precision
in
Wizards.
Wizard Jester. What other hats are there?
From JML.
Cowboy would be good. Cowboy is like cowboys to 10-gallon is like if you've got a really like industrial sized amount of liquid.
Be a good one. You could do like a little flat cap wouldn't be very good because you wouldn't get much in it. It'd be
no.
It'd be more like a dish, serving dish for oil. All right, I'm gonna go look up see if there's copyrighted hat crockery.
Toby Tavern is the same little fellow on the logo, isn't it?
It's like Toby Carver in it. Yeah. Well, like it's like a Quaker sort of guy in it, like an old what is it?
It's let me tell you,
18th century.
Yeah. There are competing theories for the origin of the name Toby Jug. One is that it was named after the intoxicated jovial character of Sir Toby Belch in Shakespeare's play Twelfth Night.
It says Toby Belch. I don't remember that from Twelfth Night.
I don't know anything about Shakespeare. I mean, I don't know anything.
We did Twelfth Night at school, didn't we?
Yeah,
probably.
I remember watching the film of it.
The thing is, I don't know a lot of stuff, but I don't think I'm that stupid. It's a real weird mix with me. I'd say a lot of stupid stuff on this, but
is that the lead line on your CV?
Yeah, just the end, just with police hire me. No, I'm aware that a lot of the stupid things I don't know.
Where's this come from?
Someone
suddenly like sincere heart to heart on the sitcom. What's this going on?
Could you put some sort of music over the top of this?
Stage 4 of Winters. It's extreme honesty.
Clarity.
Filter's gone.
Yeah. Next is death. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm aware I say a lot of stupid shit, but yeah. How did I get into this?
What are you talking about? We're talking about 12th Night. Why are you talking about?
I think you said about Shakespeare. I'm like, I don't remember anything about Shakespeare.
Prime the complete works of Shakespeare. I don't really know about Shakespeare.
Oh, I feel bad about myself now.
Well, it's just because they said the character Belch. I don't know.
Toby Belch.
I say I don't remember it. I think that would be something I would have possibly remembered.
Yeah, it feels like. I mean, like I remember Bottom.
The gist.
Of course you can.
the gist of 12th Night
What was it about?
because I watch She's the Man with her.
What's 12 Night about then? I don't know that one.
That's
I
one.
mean, I know
where
all of it.
isn't it like the brother and sister get shipwrecked?
One of them gets turned. No, one of them gets
Or
turned.
one
to
of them.
an
Oh no,
acid
one
head.
of them pretends to be a what?
That's 12th Night.
No, that's
Midsummer
Midsummer
Night's
Night's
Dream.
Dream.
Fuck.
12th Night's the one where the woman pretends to be the man with the bishop, the duke. Gavin Chess, great Gavin Chess that was. No, the
Bishop's
sister,
walking diagonally across the stage the whole time.
the sister pretends to be the man, who's like a servant to this duke, who's in love with this lady, like a countess or something like that. But the brother gets shipwrecked or something like that, and he falls in love with the countess. But explain the plot badly.
Sounds like medieval.
Something happens,
Jeremy
but
Kyle.
the sister falls in love with the duke. It all ends out in the end. But there's a lot of
Little
like
bit
misdirection and a lot of
I'll stick
like
with medieval. I won't know the way it's
mucking around.
I don't think I did 12th Night.
Pardon?
I don't think I did 12th Night based on that. I did it with Midsummer Night's Dream.
I mean, that's the gist of it. I haven't explained it very well. I probably wouldn't read it on the basis of that explanation, if I'm honest.
No.
Or watch the film. Malvolio? How now, Malvolio? Because he's in love with the countess as well.
No, but his name is ringing a bell. I must have done 12th Night. Did we do 12th Night for like
And he
stats?
wears like the yellow stockings to like impress
did
her.
Romeo
And
and
it's
Juliet, I
like
thought.
he, I don't know. It's all like this.
Alright, that's where Toby Joe comes from.
It's no Game of Thrones, I'll tell you that.
Ah, well, yeah. Now we're talking. That's all I've got on Are You Being Served? Anything else you guys want to cover?
Inman did say I'm free, which is a shame, but they're going to win that many customers in it.
Yeah, I think Peacock got it this week, and I would have heard it. I would have preferred to hear it from Humphreys, I think.
Yeah.
Did it?
Oh, hang on, no, Inman's, you said.
That's his real name.
Oh,
Humphreys
right, I
is
was going to
just-
say, okay.
Did it relate to like a department store that we're familiar with or something like
No, it's no exchange in Ilford, is it? It's not. It's not part of that. That's for sure.
No.
that? No, but I suppose that must have been a very shopping's moved on since then, really.
Yeah, it's all online.
So the shopping doesn't stand the test of time, but does the comedy stand the test of time?
For me, it's a no. There was a lot of. I think there were a lot of jokes that could be transcribed to today and rewritten. There was like one where they referenced a couple of singers.
Didn't I? Yeah, we just sort of went,
Yeah,
looked at each
no
other and
idea
went,
what
don't know who that
Yeah,
is.
I think there's one bit. One of them started singing "Mammy" by Al Jolson. I'm like, right, I know of that, but I don't know what it would be nowadays.
They were singing a song about umbrellas, weren't they? The lads.
Yeah, they all
Bit
got
of
into
Rihanna.
that. Yeah, I think today they could reword some of the jokes so that the humour would work. But all in all,
Yeah, it wasn't very funny, was it? I don't know.
the boardiness of it, and I think bawdy for me would be my best descriptor here. And I don't think that sort of humour exists anymore. Maybe in like Mrs Brown's Boys again, the bawdy factor, but no, I don't see how this would stand the test of the time. Personally. How about you
I'd
guys?
agree with that. Yeah, it was. I'm sure it's very good for its time, but
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, again, 10 series worth.
and yeah, it's nothing like. Okay, there's some stuff that's a bit outdated, I suppose, in there, but there's nothing particularly awful in there, is there?
I don't think as the present day comedy, you'd be allowed to say the joke about pussy. Imagine like a prime time comedy if someone's saying about their pussy as like a like an innuendo kind of joke. And also like what that wasn't. I don't think that was in the sort of the British kind of vocabulary at the time, like for calling the lady part of a pussy. Like that's an American thing. Like
It's definitely an American thing, I would say.
Like-
Yeah.
No, I think it might have been as a name for it. I don't think it was like as an insult, like when you call someone that.
it just seems odd. It just seems like a anachronism.
What was that word mean? Sorry.
Oh, like
Done you now.
fuck.
No, I mean I genuinely don't know what it means.
Isn't it like Chris? What's an anachronism? Isn't it like no? Like isn't
This
it
is
like?
coming out in the editing.
Isn't it like where something is like out of place in something where like let's say there's a comedy a film set in 1920 but they put a song in it from like 1930.
Oh
What?
right, okay.
Isn't
What
it
was
an
that about?
anachronism?
What?
Anachronism.
I don't know.
Fuck, I shouldn't have said it.
Acronym's the one where it's like a word.
Fuck. That's a word that sounds like it. That's
Oh, is that what you said?
no anachronism.
Anachronism is a.
Is it a person called Anne?
Oh no, yeah, a thing belonging or appropriate to a period other than that
Oh,
in which it exists, especially a thing that is conspicuous and old-fashioned. So what are you talking about?
The word pussy in this.
Oh right.
And it's back to the level.
Yeah, it seemed like an anachronism in a British department store in the 70s.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's funny thinking about an old lady spread eagle in front of her 3-bar fire, drying off her bush.
That's the worst porn film ever.
Pauline out of sentence was looking
Title
around, wasn't she?
Yeah. She must have hammed up the sort of Cockney accent in this, surely. I don't remember Pauline ever talking like that.
Find out where Pauline from EastEnders is from, and then we'll see if Mark's right. What's her real name?
Jesus.
Let's put Pauline from EastEnders.
Her name is Wendy. It's Wendy Richards.
Wendy Richards.
Wendy Richards, thank you. Mrs. Brahams.
Oh, fuck. Richard. 2009 she died, bloody hell, 10 years ago.
10-year challenge.
She's from Yorkshire.
Really? Bloody hell. Was she
I'm
just born in
reading now.
Yorkshire?
Yeah, well,
Big list of 71 British
Middlesbrough.
British English words related to sex. The Belisha beacons. Anyone ever heard that?
What for crossing?
Flashing lights at a
Yeah.
pedestrian crossing the UK, but can also be used to refer to a woman's breasts.
I would have guessed breasts.
So yeah, I'll give you some words, and you got to tell me what it is.
Go on then, here we go. Is it
yes.
okay?
I've
go for
never
this.
had to play the game before.
Strawberry creams.
Wait, what's this like rhyming slang?
No, so this is because I was looking up to see when Pussy might have entered like British slang.
Try
as a
not
thing.
style it out.
Trying to trace it down, almost like a my next big novel. It's like Da Vinci Code,
Strawberry
but,
creams.
trying to- so these are the big list of 71 British English words related to sex.
Oh,
so
no.
I'll give you some and you got to see if you can guess what it refers to.
Is there no context? Like, what, in a
Well,
sen-
it's
use in a
related to
sentence?
sex, isn't it?
In a sentence, like you've said.
Okay. Oh, look at those.
Spoiler, they're all going to start with all. Right.
oh. There's some strawberry creams.
So their breasts as well?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, carry on.
Let's go this. Oh. There's some thrupney.
Also
bits of
breasts.
tits,
Also
yeah.
breasts.
Oh, non-stop. Okay.
It's alright.
I just can't read them out. Jubblies. That's right.
Right, yep.
Growler.
That's the...
That's vagina. I'll say the word. That's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take the full. Do you want to have a go?
What?
I can't take just vagina.
What, the pubic hair and vulva?
Yeah, it's
Thank
covered.
you.
It's
Hey!
covered in pubic
On a
hair.
technicality.
Come on. Seriously. I've got dressing gown on this list, but the description just says a bathrobe. It's not.
That's just a dictionary.
Bint.
Bint.
Bin, this is the...
That's an old lady, isn't it?
isn't it?
No, it's not an old lady.
Okay, go on, what is it?
A derogatory word for a woman who is just above a prostitute.
Oh, yeah.
Like pecking order.
Well, what's
Well, it's just above.
Don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't do it for money. It does it for
Don't,
respect.
don't think it's talking about a position. Yeah, none of these are really that dodgy, really. I suppose you could get boiler.
It's a
Boiler.
big old,
Yeah.
big heavy set lady.
Yeah, ugly woman. Not
Okay.
necessarily heavy set. Wait, don't bring her right into it.
Body shaming. They're calling it ugly as body shaming as well, so...
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
They're all pretty. I mean, I've come across most of these. That's
Save
why
that page for later.
Screenshot.
What are we doing next then?
So we've got the new game, everyone.
Oh, I've done a little song for it.
I really can't wait to hear the new song, by the way.
I've got two versions. I'm not sure which one's better. They're both pretty shit. They're sort of applicable to any game we do, so
That's good.
you can
Yeah.
reuse it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Don't play it now. Like leave it as a little surprise.
Oh, we're not doing the game now.
Yeah, no, we'll do the game now. But if you edit it in with that rather than put that to the mic, I thought.
Well, because I want to do it now, so we can decide. I can edit it out and then edit it back.
Oh, if
in,
that's
but we
easy
just
for you to do
decide
then.
which one's which.
Okay.
Because I don't know which ones to do.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one. They're both there's two variations of the same theme. Right.
Christ alive. Sorry, no, I was just
What?
reading some of those words and it's
What'd
just
you
like,
say?
it's so awful. Like.
What made you say Christ alive?
What?
What made you say Christ alive? Come on, what was it? Say it for the whole class.
No, I'll just get
Say
something.
it,
I'll just
read
get
it out.
something. No, just names for things. It's just like, oh.
Go on, which one in particular made you say Christ alive?
We're just so like, just
Come on.
sound so dirty, don't they?
Yeah. what
Like,
was it?
Mossy cleft.
Yeah.
Like, who's using that? Honestly, seriously, squeeze box. No. Sorry. Like, you got to think,
What's
like,
he?
who's talking about that? Like, honestly, like, hair pie, no.
Send that back to the
Some
kitchen.
people just use, like, oh, just disgusting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
all right. I would say Christ Alive as well, if I read that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially an email.
Reply all to, your stu- to the staff.
Wait, no, not take attachment off.
All right, this is the first one. Here we go.
Clapped out, run down, too old to say. 1 foot in the
Game. So 1 foot in the game.
Oh, God. It's too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I like your
wavering
Yeah.
voice. Yeah. All right. So 1 foot in the game is the game now.
Brilliant, all right.
Third season.
I'm stunned by that. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's good.
That £9,000 doing a sound degree was well spent.
So I've tried to name every game we've done every week as well, though. But the one.
Just as an umbrella term, it's the 1 foot in the game.
Yeah, cool. Well, one foot in the
Again, this is
game.
probably
Properly
not
into
fair
it. Oh yeah, cool. That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that still keeps all the thorough planning I've done. So 1 foot in the game this week is: are you carry on being served? So the type of comedy we have here is very similar to Carry On films. So
I think
what
Chris has got some good practice in doing reading those things out.
he has, yeah,
Bit of
but he was
revision.
sharing,
Cheating in a way, but
he was sharing. So some of the quotes I'm about to read out either appeared in a Carry On film,
yeah.
any
Right.
one of them, or an episode of Are You Being Served?
Alright.
Yeah.
I've got 6 to read out.
So sorry, just to disqualify what's going on here. Are you going to do? I'll ask us in turn each one. Or
So-
so buzz in.
So this particular game, it's you take it in turns.
Okay, fine.
But
'cause
all
I feel
the
like
different
it'll
games
be-
I've made, they're
I
all
feel like
they're-
I'll be a bit
Are they
messy.
buzz in? The other ones are a buzz in, so I need to get a little buzz.
So some are you can answer at the same time.
Get a gong. Sorry.
Yeah. So would either of you like to go first, or am I going to pick someone, or are we going to do this some way?
Don't
Go on, I'll go
mind.
first. These,
Yeah, go on.
yeah.
Okay. So is this a Carry On, or is it an Are You Being Served?
Yeah.
You may think you're a gentleman, but personally, I've got sore misgivings. You ought to put some. You ought to put some talcum powder on them.
I want to say, are you being served? Because it sounds like one of the ladies in the ladies' department's been offended by something one of the men has said.
It was a Carry On film,
Fuck.
unfortunately. Yeah, I believe it's one of
Is
the.
it Carry On Doctor?
I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Straight away.
I think it's one of those
Thomas,
ones.
Look, I'm against.
Memorising my scripts is going to really help this now.
So it would for you.
Mm.
At this rate, we'll be lucky if we arouse anything.
That's going to be Are You Being Served?
That is an Are You Being Served?
What the fuck? What's going on here?
Sorry. He knows his stuff, clearly.
Muff.
No, forget it.
Brilliant. Smooth.
Yeah, messed that up.
Quick fire comedy.
What's the
Other
thing?
way
I've done
around.
stand up. My trousers are too tight.
Yeah.
I've not started yet. My trousers are too tight, and my potatoes are boiling over. If I can't find a tin opener, it's going to be a nail and a hammer and 2 holes in a can of vegetable soup with a straw for everything to suck it up with.
What's strange menu?
It's Mark's chat up line cities.
I'll say carry on. I'll
Wiki
say
how.
carry on.
It's another Are You Being
Oh,
Served?
fuck off. How? What?
They mentioned trousers. There was a clue in there. They mentioned trousers. So
Really badly.
Wood this is to take the lead, and I
He's
think
already in the lead.
to win the game actually if he gets this right.
Christ.
What happened to your ear? Oh, never mind. Ear today, gone tomorrow.
Are You Being Served?
No,
That's a
carry
carry
Oh,
on.
must be Carry On.
Oh no, tense, isn't it? Tense.
No.
What's this? Best of 3?
Doesn't
It's
matter.
whoever. So you got 2 more, 1 more each. So you're currently
Oh, so I can
2-0.
only draw, so...
you've given up already.
Pressure's off.
Well, no, the thing
He's in a
is
lap of
though,
honour already. He's not even paying attention.
Got a medal. I've made a medal for this occasion.
I prepare for a draw. If there is a
okay.
draw, I get to pick the next one.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a rare occurrence, but that way we don't have any.
Come on.
Don't have any fights. That's good.
Yeah, no fights, exactly that. Oh, what a lovely pair. Is that an Are You Being
Is
Served
that
or a
the-
Carry On? Oh, what a lovely pair.
Carry on.
It is a carry on.
Goose! Goose!
It's 1-1. All right, it's to win the match. Our trousers have been rather restricted since the ladies arrived.
Are you being served?
That is an Are You Being Served?
So the algorithm is if there's a trouser mentioned, in it,
I
it's
didn't
gonna be an
realise
Are
there
You
were two
Being
quotes
Served.
mentioning trousers.
I thought you were going to double bluff where that would be a carry on one.
No,
but obviously
it
not.
was a triple bluff. It was maths. Yeah, so that's 2-1 to Wood. All right then. Well, the congratulations, Wood. You
Well
won.
done, Chris. Well done.
You were in 1
Amazing.
foot in the game,
Amazing.
and you get to pick the next episode we're going to be watching on Shitcom. So let me find the list for you. Smooth as ever. Oh no, that's nothing. So there's a whole list of different things we can watch. I think there might be 1 or 2 of them that haven't got games prepared, so I'll have to double check that we can actually watch those next.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can put some background music on while you're doing this.
Yin Yang Twins or
So there's one that I think we're going to save on as a finale, aren't we? Like we're going to leave that one till the end.
if possible, yeah. We
Yeah.
don't have to though. Do whatever you want.
That's fine. It's not really a choice, then, is it? Really?
No. It's rigged.
I'm going to go for
Yeah, you can read it out if you want to.
00000. The Good Life.
You're going for the Good Life.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good
Excellent choice. Okay then. Well, next week we'll be watching The Good Life. Join us then. Going to go back to my goodbye notes. Where are my goodbye notes? Goodbye. So next week we'll be watching The Good Life.
Yep.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at British Shitcom using the /. It's not a /, it's a hashtag. Jesus Christ. Hashtag Shitcom. Buy some handy merchandise on the greatbritishshitcom.tmill. That's TEEMILL.com.
Good quality mugs.
Thank you very much. Well, the mugs aren't on there. It's just t-shirts.
So I was just looking at your coins.
Thanks very much. Potatoes are boiling over.
Don't know what that even means.
And yeah, if you want a free badge, just send us a message on Twitter about what sitcom you'd like us to watch, or send us a review on iTunes.
Yeah, please subscribe, leave a review.
Yes, subscribe. That's the
Yeah.
word we needed.
That's what I say on the good podcast that I listen to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They usually know what they're going to say.
Planning.
And that's us for this week. Yeah,
Brilliant.
we'll join us next week for The Good Life.
Going out with a bang.
Yes, 1 episode in. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.